Bye.
I'm Maggie Motheral. I live in Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm from California. I moved here in 1999. In 2004, I bought my first house, an in-row house, next to a vacant lot that had been industrial since like 1876. It was next to a rail station and had all kinds of industrial background. I didn't know anything about city politics or brownfields at all. I heard they were going to build. I was a little concerned about how their plans were wrapping around my house, and wrote to my Councilwoman Donna Reed Miller, who's recently retired, and had no response. I would say that the city is like the city of no response. In March or February of 2006, I was going on a trip to Greece for a couple of weeks, and a friend came to house sit, and he said, "You better go look at the outside of your house." And I knew that the demolition had been, shaking and cracking my house from the inside, and figured I could just paint over. But I went and looked outside, and the second floor was kind of separating from the top floor. So I wrote to an attorney that I found. I was leaving in like 2 or 3 days, and he suggested that he go to the zoning meeting for me. I chose him because he had good recommendations. He'd worked for the city. I was new to the city, so I didn't realize that that was a bad choice. When I returned from Greece, they had already started some excavation, and a lot of chemical vapors were released, and I started getting sick right away. And one of the ways that I knew I was getting sick was just extreme weakness, panic, and suicidal thoughts, which later, I have enough background in medicine to know that there was something chemical going on, and mercury and lead do cause suicidal thoughts. And so I was like writing to the city and saying that there was something wrong with the soil, and got no help. My attorney tried to get me to sell the house, and I gave him a number. I got no negotiation back, but the next thing I knew, the ward leader was going around telling my neighbors that I was an extortionist, and my ward leader, Vernon Price, who now works for the district attorney's office, Seth Williams, was going around and telling my neighbors that I was suicidal and an extortionist. Now, he wasn't so concerned about my suicidal feelings that he would call any help for me, and I soon found that I was not getting any help in my community, and all these rumors started going about how crazy I was, and I was an extortionist, etc. I want to read, there's a city planner, community city planner named, he's a director of city planning, and he kind of summarized some of the problems for me, although he hasn't helped. Maggie, you have good reason to be upset about the Sydney and Devon development. You got pushed out of your home. I've been basically displaced for most of 6 years, and you are angry about it. First, the development was poorly planned. Too many houses crowded onto the site. The homes are too close to the railroad. The zoning board should not have approved the plan. Secondly, the community groups did not give you proper respect. Immediate neighbors are most important when communities decide whether or not to support a development. The politicians acted improperly. Demolition and earth moving kicked up dust and pollutants that made you sick, sent you to the hospital, and caused a chronic cough. Demolition and earth moving caused major cracks in the walls of your home, both exterior and interior. You are the innocent victim of poor planning, bad zoning decisions, improper practices by community groups, politicians who are listening to the wrong people, and environmental pollution caused by the construction. So that is actually by a high director of community planning in Philadelphia, although he did tell me that there was nothing he could do because of politics. And that seems to be the way things are done here. If there's politics involved, they can do anything they want to you.